Good evening. Welcome to the Tuesday, January 6, 2026 City Council meeting. First City Council meeting of the year. So I'd like to call the meeting to order, and Councilmember Suzanne Watley has our invocation.
Good evening. Could you please join me in prayer? Heavenly Father, we come before you this evening with grateful hearts as we begin a new year of service to the community that we all love. We thank you for the city of Sugar Land, its people, its neighborhoods, its history, and its promise for the future. We ask for your wisdom and guidance as this council undertakes the work ahead. In this season of change, help us to lead with humility, courage, and clarity. Grant us discernment as we make decisions that will shape this city, decisions rooted in responsibility, integrity, and a deep respect for those that we serve. We lift up the hope we share for thoughtful development and meaningful redevelopment, including the restoration of cherished spaces that hold our history and our identity. May our efforts honor the past while wisely preparing for the future, always mindful that progress is the strongest when it's intentional and it's inclusive. Lord, remind us that though we may come from different backgrounds, perspectives, and experiences, we are united by a common purpose, and that is to serve the people of this city well. Help us to listen before we speak, collaborate rather than divide, and to work together in a spirit of respect and goodwill. We ask your blessing over this council, our city staff, and every resident of Sugar Land. May our work this year reflect compassion, fairness, and a commitment to the common good. And always, Father, we ask you to protect those who protect us, our first responders and our caregivers. Keep them safe under your watch. We offer this prayer in faith, seeking your guidance and trusting in your presence as we move forward together. I close this prayer in accordance with my faith in Jesus Christ, and I offer you to close it as you believe. Amen.
Thank you. Now I'd like to call on Abhi Pavaluri with Troop 38 to lead us in our pledges. So come on up, Abhi. He completed his Eagle Scout project with the Parks Development Team. Yes. Thank you. And his project was to improve the post and fencing at the Butterfly Gardens at Sugar Land Memorial Park. And I was there recently and I saw that. So great job. Thank you so much.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to the Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Thank you. Let's get a stamp. Next item is item 5, public comment. At this time, we'll open public comment. Public comment is limited to items on the agenda for consideration by City Council. Citizens who've completed a speaker form for an agenda item will be called and will have 3 minutes to address the council. And there's no clapping, personal attacks, or other disruptions of the public meeting. So, speaker number 1. It is Charlene Avery, and she is speaking on item 6N.
I wanted to say congratulations to all of the AAB members. I hope that all of you will always speak up for the animals and ensure that all shelter policies and procedures are being followed. While we hate to hear that anyone has been bitten, utilizing the Dunbar scale without actually measuring the depth of the cut then becomes subjective. This is important if you are basing a dog's life on this. One bite or a low growl does not make a dog dangerous to the public. We are not Bark, Harris County, or Midland, Texas. We have a $2.3 million budget for a shelter that should provide more life-saving measures that align with the views of the majority of the voters in the city of Sugar Land. I provided to all of you the incident report on Daisy. Daisy was never sent to vets for quarantine, as the public was told, but for immediate euthanization. This is against our policy. Daisy was saved because the vet took possession of her from the city. This is embarrassing for our city. Sadly, anyone that has negated the narrative from the shelter or questioned their actions have either been fired or suspended, and volunteers were relieved of service, or we are called liars. I provide stats and testimonies from tax-paying citizens that reach out to me, as well as my own personal experiences. These types of actions do not instill trust, and employees, volunteers, and citizens are free to speak up. But there is a concern as well about what happened to the 121 cats that shelter stats show the shelter had at the end of November, down from a record of 194 as of October 1st. At last check, there were no cats on adoption floor, 7 in isolation, and 5 ferals in the back. After what happened under 2 previous managers, I believe that the public has every right to be concerned and ask questions. An NT resident visited the shelter recently. She was told that the shelter was not accepting even kittens because they are considered owner surrenders. We have been told that only friendly kittens were being accepted. When the policy of intake has halted or changed, the public needs to be informed. What exactly happened to the 100 plus cats? As far as the CCP is concerned, we are happy to see it is running again. However, we are being told that we would have to drive to a vet off 610 past the Galleria. That is not feasible for the majority of the caretakers. I am reaching out to local vets myself to see if they are able to assist us. We were previously able to use 3 local vets. We have asked and never received an answer on getting assistance for the pockets within our city that have 30 plus cats. Citizens should not have to do this work alone. Community cat caretakers are already doing everything that we can. When public concerns are not addressed and our voices are stifled, we get frustrated. We will continue to speak up for the volunteers, citizens, staff,
30 seconds.
and most importantly, the animals that have no voice, and we ask our AAB to do the same. Thank you all.
Thank you, Charlene. Our next speaker is Pansy Chung.
Hi, first I want to congratulate the new Animal Advisory Board members, and I want to thank you all for stepping up to serve our city. I'm here tonight because residents are concerned about what's been happening at the Sugar Land Animal Shelter. Many of us are also feeling like we're not being heard. The Animal Advisory Board, the AAB, exists for an important reason, and I really want to bring attention to that tonight. For the City of Sugar Land, the AAB is meant to make recommendations for shelter policies, animal care, capacity issues, euthanasia policies, and to review plans for the new shelter. But it is more than just reviewing and recommending things. AAB members also play an important role in oversight. They also help make public concerns a part of the conversation. The board is meant to connect the community and the city, but right now the connection doesn't feel very strong. Oversight matters, transparency matters, and both are especially important when trust feels shaky. One way to improve that trust is to make sure that AAB can fully do its job. This includes allowing Animal Advisory Board members to be able to place items on their own agenda for their board meetings. So I'm requesting for that to happen, please. If members don't have a say on what topics they want to bring to the table at their own meetings, it becomes much harder for the board to provide meaningful insights and to do its job. I also want AAB members to know that when you ask hard questions, when you speak up, and when you push for transparency and humane care, the community supports you. And we're paying attention and we have your back. Another simple thing that would really help is for the city to share AAB meeting PowerPoints to AAB members and to the public about 3 to 4 days prior to the board meeting. This gives board members and the public time to review the information, understand it, and come prepared with questions. This used to be done and worked out well, so I'm asking for us to bring it back, please. I encourage the AAB to fully use the role you're given, and I ask the city leadership to support the board in doing the job it was created to do. I know Sugar Land cares deeply about its animals, so let's work together to feel proud of our shelter. And I hope tonight it's a step in the right direction. Thank you.
Thank you, Pansy. Our next speaker is Diana Wright Latham, and she's also speaking on agenda item 6N.
To congratulate the new members of the Animal Advisory Board and hope that it could be as effective as it was at one time. My concerns are maybe considered overall general, but I've lived here for 34 years and I've had pets every day of those years that I've been here. We've had a lot of fun experiences at the shelter in the past. But up until the last few years, it's a real challenge to even get in there. The hours were not effective for people to come and bring their children in. You know, the hours change frequently. The turnover rate there is high now. A lot of people, like it's been mentioned, have been dismissed for disagreeing or not following what the policies and procedures that were approved last year. I sat in on a lot of these meetings where every item that there was a question about, the council went through one by one and until they were passed, or if there was something that needed to be readdressed, that was also marked too. So I don't feel like those things are being followed. I know we have new management over there, but I think that person's idea of transparency and putting the animals first is not being seen that way. It shouldn't be a power play between the people that work there. The most important thing should be the care that the animals are given, the consideration they are given under their frightening circumstances. I mean, you can only imagine what an animal feels like in a shelter environment. They're scared when they get in a new home. It's a big adjustment, and it's normal for them to be, anxious, but that doesn't make them a bad dog or a bad cat. The numbers that I've seen also as far as the population over there don't seem to match up, and I think it'd be a good idea to look into that a little deeper. And the policy of having the doors closed so much of the time. We see countless animals that are loose on the Facebook, at least in our area, New Territory. We have an incredible group of women and men that are, doing their best to help round these animals up. But somebody, first thing they say is call the shelter and or call 311 and someone will come pick it up or, give you some answers, but that doesn't always happen. And getting the door shut in your face or saying, we can't do that, I'm sorry, or we don't have room, is not acceptable for a town like this. We are trying to project an image across this country of the quality of care that families will have here, and that includes our pets. And I think, things happen. I mean, nobody wants their pets to be out loose, and some animals are a little more tricky than the owners give them credit for. But it's embarrassing to see that so many things that we want answers for, we don't get answers for. Yeah, and I just would like some of these things looked into coming forward this year. Thank you.
Thank you, Diana. Linda, has anyone else signed up to publicly comment?
No, Mayor, they have not.
Okay, public comments are now closed. Next, item 6, consent agenda. All consent agenda items listed are considered to be routine by the City Council and will be enacted by one motion unless a council member wishes to pull an item off. Does anyone wish to do so? Okay, we have a motion to approve by Councilmember Single and a second by Councilmember Miller. Let's vote at this time. Okay, and it passes 6-0 with one council member absent. Next item, 7A, and it's donations. It's for acceptance of donations to Sugarland Animal Services, and I would like to call forward Melissa Hobson, Animal Services Administrator, to come forward, and it's consideration of an action on the recognition and acceptance of donations to Sugarland Animal Services in the amount of $3,498. Bless him.
Okay, sorry about that. Evening. All right. This presentation provides an overview of Animal Services donations. Donations are received throughout the year from a variety of sources, such as community members and local partners. Per city policy, monetary donations must be formally accepted by council. This agenda item is part of that process and ensures transparency and proper fiscal oversight. Since the last time council formally accepted animal services donations in August 2025, the animal shelter has received 27 donations for a total of $3,498. This slide highlights donors who contributed more than $250. I want to first acknowledge Best Friends Animal Society, who provided $500 for microchip funding. They were unable to be present tonight, but we are grateful for their support. I would also like to extend a sincere thank you to Ricky and Phyllis Rayborn, who generously donated $1,000. If you're present this evening, we'd like to invite you to stand so we can acknowledge your generosity. These contributions represent both organizational partnerships and individual community investment in animal services. We truly appreciate all levels of giving as they help extend our impact beyond our normal operating budget. Animal Services recommends that City Council accept donations in the amount of $3,498 to the Animal Shelter Donation Fund. Do you all have any questions?
Okay. Well, first of all, I want to say thank you to Ricky and Phyllis for your very generous contributions to Animal Shelter, and thank you for your volunteer service to our city as well, and thank you to Best Friends and all of our other donors for your generous contributions. Do you have any questions from council? Second. Okay, motion to approve by Watley, second by Vandahar. Let's vote at this time. And the motion passes 6-0. Thank you again. Next item, 8A, contract with Avfuel Corporation. Consideration of and action on authorization of a contract with Avfuel Corporation as the airport's aviation fuel provider, establishing fuel supply and term provisions, and authorizing execution of the contract to support Global Select at Sugar Land Regional Airport upon conclusion of the Curtin Titan Aviation Fuels contract on January 31st, 2026, and approving acceptance of associated grant funds. And we have Maria Barroso, Customer Experience Manager, and Mitch Davies, Director of Aviation.
Good evening, Mayor and City Council. Thank you for being here tonight. We're very excited for this, but as is customary with new staff that have not yet presented at City Council, I'd like to introduce MJ Barroso. She's our Customer Experience Manager at the airport. She's been at the airport in the city for about 12 years in various roles, and she's been leading these efforts, and so she's going to be presenting this contract and agreement with you all tonight. So I'll pass the time over to MJ.
Thank you, Mitch. Good evening, Mayor and City Council. As Mitch mentioned, we are excited about the opportunity to partner with our new fuel provider, Avfuel. And tonight I will outline how a competitive process led us to Avfuel as the best long-term partner for the city and the airport. Fuel is the foundation of the airport's financial sustainability, generating more than 90% of our total revenue. That revenue supports daily operations, capital improvements, and allows the airport to remain self-supporting without reliance on the city's general fund. Because of this, having a reliable and competitive fuel is one of the most important operational decisions we make. The airport has proudly partnered with Eastern Aviation Fuels, known as Titan, since 2009. Titan has been a strong and dependable partner, and we sincerely appreciate their excellent service and long-standing relationship with the airport. This recommendation is not a reflection of dissatisfaction, but rather a response to growth, contract timing, and our responsibility to periodically evaluate the market to ensure the airport and the city continues to receive the best overall value. With our existing fuel provider agreement expiring on January 31st, 2026, and fuel volumes continuing to grow, the airport determined it was both appropriate and fiscally responsible to issue a competitive request for proposals. The purpose was to evaluate current market offerings, confirming pricing competitiveness, and ensure long-term operational stability for the airport's primary revenue source. As part of that due diligence, airport staff briefed the city's Finance and Audit Committee on November 6th, 2025, outlining the importance of fuel revenue and the need for a transparent, competitive process. The RFP was advertised on September 10th, 2025, and attracted 4 qualified proposals. The evaluation panel, consisting of airport staff, economic development, and purchasing, reviewed and scored the submissions, advanced the top 2 candidates, which was Titan and Affuel, to in-person interviews on November 21st, 2025, and the panel unanimously recommended Affuel. Affuel is a nationally recognized, award-winning aviation fuel provider with a strong presence in business aviation. One key factor is that the transition will be seamless. Affuel uses the same trusted fuel plant and trucking company currently serving the airport, ensuring no disruption to the fuel quality or delivery. Beyond that, Affuel brings competitive pricing, long-term cost savings, strong branding, and meaningful business development support. Importantly, they align closely with the airport's mission to provide exceptional service, support economic activity, and position Sugar Land as a premier aviation destination. A detailed memo was provided to City Council on December 19th, 2025, outlining the evaluation and recommendation in greater detail. The terms of this agreement are a 5-year contract with an additional 5 one-year extension options. As part of this overall agreement, City Council will need to approve a long-term fuel trucks lease on January 20th, 2026. We actually have a representative from Affuel here with us tonight, and I would like to introduce him, Trent Reeder, Regional Sales Manager with Affuel.
How are y'all doing? My name's Trent Reeder with Affuel Corporation, based out of Fort Worth, Texas, and I'm the regional manager for the South Central U.S. and cover this region. But I really just wanted to say thank you for this opportunity to work with an airport of this size and class. Doesn't come up often, and one that also works with the community so well. It's not, put it this way, it's talked about very much. We have a lot of customers in our network that Global Select and the City of Sugar Land are mentioned often, and they hold y'all to the standard. So I just wanted to say thank you, and we look forward to this partnership.
Awesome. With that, we request for the consideration of and action on authorization of a contract with Affuel in the amount of $11 million and the consideration of and action on authorization of acceptance of business development grant funds. Thank you for your time. I'm happy to answer any questions.
Councilmember Jacobson.
Thank you, Mayor. The Finance and Audit Committee reviewed this contract and found that it's an excellent opportunity for the city, and we heartily recommend it. So do I move for both of these items?
Yeah.
Okay, I move for both of those listed items.
Okay, we have a motion by, a motion by Jacobson, a second by Bondahar, and we have a question by Councilmember Single.
Thank you very much. Good presentation. My question is the optional extension. Are they at the discretion of the city or it's an automatic extension?
They are automatic extensions, but we do hold the right if we choose to it's a 5-year term and then 5 optional. So it could be between 5 years or year 5 through year 10 that we can opt out.
So, okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Any other questions, comments? Okay, let's vote at this time. Motion passes 6-0. Next, item 9, City Council and City Manager reports. Councilmember Jacobson, we'll start with you.
Mayor, I can't remember what happened in the last couple of weeks. Thank you.
Okay, Councilmember Vandahara.
I can't either, but I'm going to make something up. First of all, I trust that everybody had a great holiday season. Glad to see everybody back in the council chambers here as we kick off the new year. The one thing that I did that I try to always make sure I participate in, and that was the Fort Bend Chambers Business Partnership Meeting. Always a great way to stay in touch with our business community. Enjoy participating.
Okay, thank you. Councilmember Miller?
The mayor and I attended the Nutcracker with the Sisto family. It was great to meet them, and we need to follow up with them.
Thank you. Councilmember Single?
Thank you. So first of all, Happy New Year to all the residents and all the city staff. During the last 3-4 weeks, I attended many Christmas events in my community in Telfair and New Territory, and also attended the New Year event at Meenakshi Temple. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilmember Watley?
Thank you, Mayor. You guys were in charge while I was gone, so I have no idea what happened. A Happy New Year, everybody.
Thank you. And I got to host our great reception volunteers at Sarah Brightman at Smart Financial Center. And I also received a Lifetime Leadership Award and also a Community Impact Award from Pacesetters University. And I attended the Commonwealth HOA holiday party along with a number of other community parties. So, City Manager?
No report, Mayor.
Okay, so we have a motion to adjourn from Sanjay Singhal, and we are adjourned. Thank you all for coming.